Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you for connecting wherever you are connecting from. I appreciate you. Thank you for joining the broadcast. Please share the broadcast as you join. Share the broadcast on your platform. Share the broadcast any place you belong. Keep sharing. Keep sharing. Keep sharing. Keep sharing. Share on your own platform. Share the broadcast. Let us spread the gospel. Spread the message there. They must hear us whether they like it or not. We will continue to send the information to our people, encourage our people, and we will continue to expose the enemies and their attack against the Biafran people. Every attack they bring against us, we will continue to expose them and tell the world what is going on. Thank you for joining. Thank you for connecting. We will continue. No matter what they do, we will continue to send the information out there and let the world know what is going on in Biafra land mainly. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Welcome, my fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, wherever you are connecting from. If you're joining me from Biafra land, you're joining me from Europe, from America, from Australia, whichever part of the world you are connecting from, I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect you. This very broadcast is going to be a very brief broadcast because it must have to get to people. Have to share the video to your platform, share the video to family and friends, share it wherever you belong. This is an information that everybody must get. We are in a very critical period. The week that is about to start is a very critical week. It has a lot to do with the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the freedom of Biafran people. If we must be able to overcome the enemy, if we must be able to have our freedom and free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we must have to be very, very serious with this very week that we are entering. It is going to be the most tempting week, the most challenging week that we have ever seen. I remind you all the time that whenever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming to court, each time you see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu preparing to come to court, the Janjaweed will unleash all manner of weapons against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They will unleash all manner of weapons, every kind of attack against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from all angles, from all corners, to see that they can be able to change the narrative, to see that they can be able to drive the narrative in the heart of people, to make them to begin to dance against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This is a game they have been playing time and time again, but it's so sad that Biafrans are not awake. Most of us do not get this game. It has been said several times that what will release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the public action, public opinion. Whatever decision that will be taken in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, public opinion will be considered. Public opinion will have a consideration of at least 60% in the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is why it is very, very important that we hold on to that very public opinion to the advantage of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We must have to do everything possible to make sure that the public opinion continue to be on the side of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You see why I'm telling you that this week we are entering is going to be a critical week. The Janjaweed, they always start on time. They started on time to demonize Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to create a scenario where people will begin to hate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to begin to turn the mind of people against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They have tried it on several occasions, it doesn't work. But this time around, when we are going into the critical stage of the case, when a pronouncement or a judgment is going to be passed, on the 8th, Today, they are preparing themselves again, trying to bring narrative that's going to be to the disrespect of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They have thrown the first coin, first of all. They throw the first coin by telling us that the members of IPOB are planning to go and bomb the stadium. That was the first blackmail they brought. It was all targeted at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Everybody in that contraption called Nigeria and all over the world knows that IPOB cannot embark on such kind of a mission. IPOB is not a terrorist organization, and IPOB do not train bombers. We know that Biafrans do not play with life. They do not destroy the life of innocent people. And how can anybody imagine that Biafran people will go and bomb a stadium where majority of the people who are watching the match are people from the southern part of Nigeria? Majority of people who are at that stadium are Biafrans themselves. Then how can you think that Biafrans will go and bomb such a stadium? Unimaginable, unthinkable. You have never seen Biafrans engaging in any terrorist activities in this world. There's never been any place where they said a terrorist was arrested and they say he's a Biafran. It has never happened. There has never been any. No Biafran has been involved in terrorist activity. None, not even one. Recorded anywhere. None. But you see them pushing their propaganda simply because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming to court. And when they push that propaganda, they push and push and they see that he couldn't fly. He couldn't fly because people are not buying into the idea. They know the Biafrans, they know what we stand for, and they know what we're fighting for. Now they turn back and begin to look at their stooge, Soludo. Today, they are using Soludo to prepare another ground for genocide. The Janjaweed are using Soludo again to prepare a new ground for genocide against Biafran people. And after they must have committed that genocide, they will turn around to blame Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Ask me, how are they preparing the ground? If you are sleeping, wake up. Soludo is calling people to come out on a Monday that we know that is dedicated to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu freedom. You know that the DSS have been fighting, the politicians have been creating their unknown gunmen to cause mayhem and destruction in every seat at home. They have been doing it for a very long time, but the Biafrans stood their ground, sitting at home, not being forced willingly on their own. And we have not been recording any killing. But for now, Soludo have come once again to begin to re-engineer the unknown gunmen, to begin to reactivate their political unknown gunmen, to begin to come and kill people, begin to invite the DSS to begin to take the life of Biafran people, simply because they want to get an evidence to use against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The sit at home is not something that has been enforced. The sit at home is a day that Biafrans have chosen to air their opinion and declare and decree that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be released unconditionally. A day that the Biafrans have removed to begin to show the world what they are going through and what is going through them. A day that Biafrans have chosen to show that their disapproval on the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya and the extradition with the torture that he is going through as you're watching this video. They are torturing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Nobody is addressing that issue. Nobody is pursuing that cause except the Biafran people. On their own, they chose that seat at home. But today, what do you see? What you see today is that the Fulani stooge, the imposter in Anambra today that they have chosen, is the one parading himself, telling people to come out on Monday, being tomorrow. He has gone all to the extent of calling a traditional ruler for a meeting. He couldn't choose any other day for that meeting except that Monday. On that same Monday, on a Monday when he knows that it is a day that the caliphate have set a trap, a day that the caliphate are using to unleash their unknown government, a day that the DSS and the politicians are using to unleash their unknown government, he chose that day to host a meeting and host all the traditional rulers. That same day, he had decided to call a prayer in the church. Even when he knows that today, being Sunday, churches are praying. Churches, some of them are praying in their churches. Why didn't you use that Sunday? Why didn't you even use Sunday? You didn't use Sunday. You didn't use Sunday to call for prayer. You are calling for prayer on that Monday that is dedicated to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu freedom. On that very Monday that Biafrans have chosen to air their opinion, to make their voice heard all over the world. And you know that the Fulanis are trying on daily basis. The caliphate is trying on daily basis. The politicians are trying to demonize Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And they are always using that very Monday. Today, they are planning their genocide. I am worried because of my Biafran people who are going to risk their life. We have lost a lot of people already in Biafra land. We don't want to continue to lose life. If Soludo care about Biafran people and the life of Biafran, what Soludo is supposed to do is to address that issue. What is making Biafran people to sit at home? Soludo knows very well that Biafran people are not asking for money. We are not asking for fame. We are not even asking for their presidency or whatever. What we are asking for is for them to release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and give us referendum. Most importantly, release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Soludo himself knows very well that the only man that can stop the sit at home is Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Soludo could not speak of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. When he started his speech, in his inauguration speech, he never mentioned anything about Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. When he went to the public, he couldn't speak about Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Only when he came to the House meeting, that was where he was able to talk about it, to convince people. But we know his trick. These people cannot be trusted in any way. You can't trust any politician. They have been betraying us. They continue to betray us. And they are proud about it. They are proud about their betrayal. They are not even hiding their betrayal. How many times will you be betrayed as a Biafran before you will learn your lesson? How many times will you be betrayed as a Biafran before you will know your real enemy? As it stands today, the strongest weapon that the Janjaweed is using against the Biafran people are the politicians, fellow Biafrans. They are using us against ourselves. The Janjaweed have no master plan. They have no strategy. They cannot overcome us. They cannot defeat us. That was Mazen Nnamdi Kanu say that the only way they can defeat us is by dividing us. And they have succeeded in going through us, by dividing us and planting the politicians among us. They have chosen every single politician that claims to be representing any state in Biafra land. They are being purchased. They are being single-handedly chosen by the caliphate. That is why every single one of them is supporting the agenda of the caliphate. Every Biafran in Biafra land, 99% of Biafran people want referendum. They want to be on their own. They are looking for self-determination. But these people will never ask for it. The man that is speaking the heart and mind of every Biafran today, they are holding him in captivity. Instead of making a case for him and demanding for his release, they are busy trying to make him irrelevant. Tomorrow being sit at home is supposed to be the greatest sit at home that I've ever seen. Tomorrow's sit at home is supposed to be a total lockdown because it is a very delicate time. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is going to come to court in the next 5 days. He will be in court. And in that court, a judgment is going to be pronounced. For us to change the narrative, let me tell you, if you think anybody is going to free Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, they will not do it. It is we that will turn the hand of time. And any judgment that will be pronounced on Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, public opinion will be considered. Please share this video. Share this video and give a thumbs up to the video so that people can be able to connect. Share the video and give a thumbs up and share this video. We must have to take charge of the public opinion to the advantage of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Let the public opinion be to the advantage of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. The caliphate is trying. They are trying by all means possible with all manner of propaganda, using Soludo to make sure that they generate a public opinion that will be against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. That we must not allow. That is something that we must not allow. Every Biafran have to wake up from our sleep and slumber. We have to wake up. Keep our eyes on the ball. Our freedom. The freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Don't allow yourself to be deceived. If anybody is telling you that they're going to do something, this is a promise that they have been making. Soludo is not the first person to begin to tell you that they're going to be doing something. Some people have come up to the extent of going to that very Aso Rock, not to deceive us, to stage a visit. After the visit, what was the outcome? The language we continue to hear is that they will do something, they are doing something on the ground. But people who has come to meet the so-called imposter in Aso Rock have come out to say that nothing is working. That Buhari, the imposter in Aso Rock, is not ready to do anything. And today, all of a sudden, you think that you have gotten a messiah. Now you have seen what Soludo is doing. Soludo is only coming to bring you out to be killed. Soludo is only coming to bring you out to be taken over. Soludo is only coming to bring you out to make sure that your land is taken over. Soludo is now the one trying to provide evidence against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. That is what Soludo is doing. In a week that Soludo knows that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is going to court, In a week that Soludo know that the Biafrans want to continue to make Mazi Nnamdi Kanu relevant. Biafrans want to take charge of the public opinion. That the public opinion should be on the side of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that Biafran people at large are supporting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and Biafrans are sitting at home on their own to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released unconditionally. In that very week, where the public opinion is already on the side of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, after the last sit at home, the public opinion is already speaking on behalf of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Today, while we are approaching the court, Soludo is fighting tooth and nail to make sure he change the opinion of the people. Soludo is trying to hijack the public opinion to the disadvantage of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is exactly what he's trying to do. Because Soludo is ready to commit all manner of genocide tomorrow. But I'm pleading to Biafrans. I'm pleading to any Biafran that is going to come across this video. Any Biafran that is going to watch this video. Any place you are on Monday, stay in your home. Stay in your home. On Monday, stay in your home. Every Monday, any place you are, every Monday, mainly this Monday that is coming tomorrow. This very Monday, stay in your home. Let it be a ghost town. Don't play with it. This very Monday, let it be a ghost town. Something is about to happen. If you play with this Monday, if you survive with this Monday, let me tell you, if you survive this Monday, you have a chance of surviving and entering into Biafra. If you survive this Monday, you have every chance of entering into Biafra. But if you play with your life, you might not live to tell the story. Sit in your home with your family, cook food and eat, pray in your family, pray with your family in your home. There is nothing. If anybody is telling you to go to anywhere and pray, go and gather anywhere, that is a tribe. It's a trap to commit genocide and blame it on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. A trap to commit genocide, blame it on IPOB, blame it on people. A trap to take the life of Biafran people. That is what is about to play out tomorrow. For you not to be trapped in, do not go anywhere, including those who call themselves traditional rulers. You have yourself to blame. If you go to anything called a meeting tomorrow, you have yourself to be blamed. Please share this video, like the video, and share the video on your platform, on your WhatsApp group, on your family group, any place you belong. Share this video and let people know. We have to save the life of our fellow Biafrans. The life of a Biafran matters. The life of a Biafran matters. It matters so much. It matters so much. The coming Monday is supposed to be a total lockdown. Let us continue to hold that narrative. Let us continue to hold the public opinion on the advantage of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. After the last sit at home, the amount are already, people are already speaking. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is already winning. There are so many public opinion on the side of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu showing that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is totally in charge of Biafra land. He remains the most relevant thing in Biafra land, the most relevant person in Biafra land, the most relevant issues that we have to be discussed about, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But you can see, after the Janjaweed have played their blackmail of IPOB bombing the stadium, they see that that one did not work. Today they are using Soludo to stage all manner of propaganda, to stage a suicide mission, to stage a genocide that they're going to blame on somebody else. Biafrans, do not allow yourself to be a victim. The world is hearing. Do not allow yourself to be a victim. We are trying as much as possible to save life. It is human being that we get into the Biafra land and celebrate in Biafra land, not spirit. And we cannot play our life. We cannot afford to gamble with our life as Biafrans. We have lost a lot of people already. More than 5 million and still counting. Let us try as much as possible to save as many lives as we can. That is why you must have to abide by the sit at home. Any day that the sit at home is being called, any day a sit at home is being called, obey it to the last. Obey it to the last. It doesn't matter anything you want to do, suspend it. One day alone can save your life from death. Save your life because of one day. That one day can save your life. That one day can give you a freedom that you can never buy in the market. That one day alone. It's a matter of life and death. Do not gamble with your life in Biafra land. Don't gamble with your life. Do not gamble with your life. Some of you might call it a propaganda. Some of you call it a blackmail. But it has played out time and time again. And the Janjaweed are not even shy. They're not shying away with their actions. They don't even hide their strategies. Every strategy they have is being played out on a daily basis. They don't hide it. They don't have any sophisticated strategy that you're going to say you want to go and look for a scientist to begin to identify. It is very plain. The unknown gunmen are still in action. The unknown gunmen that we are talking about, we know whom they are. Don't say you don't know them. We know them. The governors have come out to testify that these unknown gunmen are being sponsored by politicians. Governor of Ebonyi State said that. Governor of Imo State said that. Former governor of Anambra State said that. Every one of them confessed that the unknown gunmen are their fellow politicians. They continue to use them to take the life of innocent Biafrans in order to look for someone else to blame. Every attack you are seeing is all pointing at their so-called 2023 election. Some of them want to win a face. Those of them who are supporting their northern candidate, they want to make sure that they want to destabilize the Southeast and make sure that nobody in the Southeast will have that courage to speak up. Those of them who are fighting for their so-called Igbo presidency, they are trying to demonize IPOB in order to make themselves relevant. They want to destroy everything that has to do with Biafra to make themselves relevant. Even when you and I know that they can never be able, they can never ever have relevance. The only thing that will give relevance to the elites in the Biafra land is the action of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Supporting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the only thing that will make them relevant. Even as we speak now, the only thing that makes the caliphate speak to them and call them is because of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It's only Mazi Nnamdi Kanu who has given them the platform they are using today, even to campaign. The platform they are using today to talk about presidency is being given to them by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But what are they doing to free that man? Who has given them that platform? Nothing. Instead, they are demonizing him. They are demonizing him, trying by all means to take his life. Are you going to allow that? Will you be part of those who is going to betray Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Ask yourself. Will you be part of those? Some of us are betraying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, joining the caliphate to provide evidence against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Some are doing it intentionally. Some are doing it unknowingly. By the time you bring yourself out on Monday, sit at home. While people are sitting at home, you bring yourself out. You are driving around. You are actually bringing an evidence for the caliphate against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If eventually, peradventure, as you are driving around and the unknown gunmen take your life, they will turn around to blame the ESN. They will turn around to blame the members of IPOB. They will turn around to blame Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's action. But meanwhile, if you have sat at your home, the DSS and the political unknown gunmen will not see anybody to take his life. The breeze will blow. It's only one day. That one day cannot take anything away from you. Any business you miss on Monday, you can equally get it on Tuesday. On Tuesday. And even our children who are not going to school, there are people who don't even go to the school even one day, but they sit at home and read and get their education. Let alone you that is going to school. Only one day that they're going to skip. Is that the one day that is going to make you not to be whom you want to be? Even as we are speaking today, the fight we are fighting is on behalf of those who call themselves children, those children who are going to school. It's for them where we are fighting. After going to school, graduating with the first class, yet will not have a job. After going to school 5 days in a week, 5 days in a week until you graduate for many years, have every certificate you can think of, yet you will not have an employment. If you have an employment, they will put you to begin to serve a Fulani Janjaweed that didn't even enter class one day. These are people who are giving you evidence with the school. Most of them who are parading themselves as politicians today never saw the four wall of the school. They never attended the classes. Most of them bought their certificates. And today you see them parading themselves everywhere. But this is the time to correct all those things. For next time that we want to correct all those evil, to make sure that people have a conducive platform to study, a conducive atmosphere for our children to study. They don't want us to have it. They are bent on destroying that which we are planning. They are bent on demonizing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They are bent on destroying every strategy that is working. You that you call yourself a Biafran, have you checked yourself and see if you are supporting the evil against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? if you are one of those who is talking against those who are preaching for the Biafra struggle, if you are one of those who is standing against those who are bringing suggestions to make sure that Biafra moves forward, if you are one of those who is speaking against the sit at home, if you are one of those who is discouraging Biafra people from sitting at home, you are actually working for the caliphate. It doesn't matter what they think. If you are doing it unknowingly, you better change your way. But if you are doing it knowingly, bringing evidence against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, your time is up. Chukwu Okike will not forgive you, and you're going to pay dearly. You're going to pay dearly. You're going to pay very, very dearly when the time comes. This is the time for every one of us to wake up. We have to wake up and speak up. We have to wake up and speak up. We have to wake up and speak up and ask for our freedom. Ask for the freedom of our supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He must be freed. He must be freed from the hand of the enemies. How are we going to free him? It is you and I that will free him. Whatever political solution that you're hoping on, is going to come. That political solution is going to come by our mass action. What we do, what we say, how we speak, how we act, our reaction is going to the only thing that will trigger the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And let me tell you, this week that we are entering is a critical week. This week will decide the fate of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the fate of Biafran people. This week will decide our freedom. We decide the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The Janjaweed know what is about to happen, and they have started early. They have started early, looking for evidence from all corners against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They are bringing propaganda on daily basis from all angles, from all corners against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But you, that you call yourself a follower of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, what are you doing to change the narrative? What are you doing to make sure that the public opinion continue to stay on the side of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? What are you doing to make sure that that public opinion remains on the favor of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? The public opinion is what is going to decide the fate of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Some of you might not believe it because I'm saying it. Go to their conventional media. It has been said, many analysts have analyzed it and said it, that before any judge passes a judgment, they will always look at the public opinion. In the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a case that is like this case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, before a judge will take any judgment, before a judge will pass any judgment, they are going to consider public opinion. What does that tell you? It is our action that will determine if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be freed or not. That is why we say that we have to make the detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu much more costly than anything. We have to make the caliphate know that the detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is much more costly and expensive. Thank you, Jay China. Thank you so much for joining. We have to do it, and the time is now. The time is now. Our action will determine if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will get freedom or not. I repeat it again. The lawyers cannot free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The judge cannot free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Not even Aso Rock themselves. Not any international community. Not the Western world can free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The people that will trigger the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is you and I. Our action, what we say, what we do, the way we react, that will make Mazi Nnamdi Kanu get his freedom. I'm not just saying it because I love talking. I'm not saying it because I want to say it. It has been said in their conventional media. It has been said in Aso Rock. The imposter in Aso Rock said it. In his interview, he said it. When he was asked if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can be able to get political solution, he said the political solution is there, but it is the action of the people. The way people act, that is what is going to decide the fate of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The Attorney General of Nigeria have said it also, that what they act, the way they behave, will determine the fate of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Thank you so much, Lillian. Thank you for joining. It has been said several times on several occasions. So, why are you doubting? Why are you confused? Why are you behaving as if you have seen what you have not seen before? Why are you behaving as if you have what you not have before? The Northern Forum also came to say that before any decision had been taken, that public opinion will be looked at. So what are you waiting for? What are you doing to activate the public opinion to the advantage of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? The Janjaweed are doing their own. The Janjaweed and the Caliphate, they're already making their own plan. They came with the propaganda of the bombing of the stadium. It didn't fly. Today, they are trying to use Seludo. They are trying to use Soludo on Monday sit at home to create another scenario for massacre. Then later they will blame it on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You that you are Biafran, what are you doing to stop that? The only way we can stop it is to sit in our home, any place you are, call your neighbor, phone your family, phone your neighbor, tell them to stay at home on Sunday. Do not move an inch. Stay at home on Monday. Don't move an inch. Let it be a total lockdown of Biafran land on Monday. Last Monday, the public opinion was on the side of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Last Monday, go and check the public opinion on last Monday. Last Monday, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in charge of the public opinion. Everybody was talking on the favor of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But today, they want to change that narrative. They want to change it as they know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is approaching the court. They know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is approaching the court in the next few days. Now, they want to change that public opinion by all means to turn it against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And you are folding your hand, watching. And you are sitting back watching. What are you doing to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remain the most relevant man in Biafra land? What are you doing to make sure that the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not swept under the carpet? Today you can see they are trying by all means, planning all their strategies, doing everything possible to make sure they change the narrative, to make sure they change the issue, they make sure they make people begin to think on different direction and begin to reason on different way. But you that you call yourself a Biafran, a legitimate Biafran, you that you know what you are looking for, you are asking for your freedom. You know that you deserve freedom. Asking for freedom is not a crime. Self-determination, you and I know that it is not a crime. Asking for self-determination is not a crime. It is allowed by international law, allowed by African law, allowed by that caliphate law itself. Referendum is not a call for war. In fact, referendum is the most peaceful way to resolve issue politically. Referendum is the most peaceful way to resolve issue politically. That's why when you go to their House of Assembly and they have a representative, each time you see them, they say either yes or no. Each time you see them, they say yes or no. And the yes have it. What is that? That is a referendum. Yes or no, and the yes have it. That is the most peaceful way to resolve issues politically. That is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is asking for. But because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a Biafran, asking that on behalf of the Biafran people, the innocent people who are being killed on a daily basis, asking for that, in extension, they know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is asking for the liberation of everybody in the southern part of Nigeria and every indigenous tribe in Nigeria. They know. They know that referendum will bring freedom to every indigenous tribe in Nigeria. That is why they are fighting tooth and nail to make sure that they stop it. They are fighting from all angles to make sure that referendum doesn't fly. If not, what stops those politicians who claim to be representing you and I? What stops them from activating that very referendum? They say there is no referendum in their law. They know there is something called doctrine of necessity. These so-called imposters who are parading themselves as politicians, they know, those who are parading themselves as lawmakers, they know that there is something called doctrine of necessity. You have seen that the amount of killing that is happening in Biafra land, that the only thing that is causing those mayhem is because of the Fulani Caliphate and their evil. They know that the constitution they are using is the constitution that has institutionalized injustice. They know everywhere that the insecurity you have in the contraption called Nigeria today is being caused based on the injustice. It's being pushed by the Fulanis. They know that the people who are taking lives and property are the Fulani people. But they will never do the needful. The only man who is standing up and doing that which is right, they are demonizing him and calling him names. The only man who was bold enough to speak up and offer the solution to the problem, referendum. Referendum. Grant referendum so that everybody will decide their fate. The North will decide their fate. They will choose if they want to have their caliphate. They can have their caliphate. Nobody's going to challenge them. The southern part of Nigeria can practice their system they want to practice. Inclusive. People can live their life they want to live without anybody interrupting them. But these people who claim to be politicians will never fight for this. They will never stand for it. It is sad. It is sad. But that is the situation we have found ourselves. How long shall we continue to dance in that very tone? How long shall we continue to swim in that very evil? How long shall we continue to look into such kind of atrocities and close our eyes and shut our ears as if we are not hearing, as if we are not seeing? Are you waiting until it comes to your doorstep? You are waiting until it affects you directly. Now I am talking to other indigenous tribes in that country called Nigeria. Other indigenous tribes. Are you waiting till you lose more than 5 million, just the way Biafrans have lost, before you begin to demand for your own freedom? Injustice against one is injustice against all. Other ethnic groups, other indigenous tribes in the country called Nigeria, what are you waiting for? For you to stand up and fight along to free yourself. What are you waiting for? To join Biafrans and fight along to free yourself. You are waiting until you lose 5 million and more, like Biafrans. I pray that it doesn't happen to you. I pray that it doesn't happen to you. But what we are asking is not just praying. You have to stand up. You see what Benue State is facing. Even as of today, massacre is still going on in Benue State. The Benue State governor have cried and cried and cried. He is helpless. But being a politician that he is, there are certain things he cannot do. Benue State is bleeding. As you are watching this video, Benue State is bleeding. Nobody is coming to their aid. The reason why you see Biafra land is not bleeding the way Benue State is bleeding is because of the ESN, because of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, because of the action of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, what have done. The awareness Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have created have made everybody in Biafra land awake. People are defending themselves. People are supporting the ESN, creating more defense to make sure that we defend our land. They are trying to push us down. They are trying to suppress us. They are trying to make sure that our voice is not being heard. But we said no. But every other indigenous tribe, what are you people waiting for? It is high time you join your voice to the voice of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Speak for reason. Join the voice of reasoning. Injustice against one is injustice against all. Injustice against one is injustice against all. Let us all stand up and fight for our freedom. Everybody have something to contribute. Do not allow them to get what they want to get on this very Monday. They want to change the public opinion. They want to change it. Don't allow them to change the public opinion to disadvantage Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Already from last Monday, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was winning on the public opinion. The public opinion is very much 100% on the side of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu for his release. And it is very clear that the Biafran people are beside Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, supporting him 101%. But today, you can see them trying to use Soludo. They are using Soludo to destroy Biafra land tomorrow. They are using Soludo to change the narrative. That is the duty Soludo have been paid to do. Soludo have been paid to make sure he changed the narrative. Soludo is being used to change the narrative to take away the public opinion from the side of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and send it to the advantage of the caliphate. That is why Soludo is calling out Biafran people to come out on Monday to be killed. Soludo, who called himself a governor, who is supposed to protect his people, is the one today calling out Biafran people to come out and let their life be taken. He's creating stage for genocide. You want people to go to church on Monday. You are calling for meeting for the traditional day on Monday. Why is it that you are doing all this on Monday? Right from the time you were being inaugurated, you were not bold enough to come out and address in public the kidnap of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, which you yourself know from onset, from 2015, you have said that the method of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, he doesn't merit it. And that treatment is still what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is going through up to today. The continuation of that suffering from 2015 is what is going on. But this same man who spoke in a long time ago is today seeing all those evil, and yet he couldn't do anything. Instead, he is now one of those who is trying to provide evidence for the caliphate against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. He has now become the arrowhead that is being used against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to change the public opinion against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. That is what Soludo is doing. That is the role Soludo have chosen to play. Soludo have chosen to play a role against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to change the whole public opinion against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And you, that you are a Biafran person, a Biafran man, a Biafran woman, what are you doing to make sure that doesn't happen? Are you folding your hand, watching? What are you doing? Ask yourself, what are you doing to make sure that they do not succeed in the evil they are planning against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? It is very sad. But that is where we have found ourselves. This is the situation we have found ourselves. It is going on time and time again. The caliphate have no strategy. They have nobody they can use. There is nobody anywhere they can use. There is no instrument they can use. They don't have any instrument. The strategy they have. The only strategy they have is in Biafra land, using Biafran people against themselves. They have taken over every political space. They have taken over every political space. No single politician is standing with the Biafran people. Not even one. Not even one. No single politician is speaking on behalf of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or standing for him. You see the destruction that's happening in Biafra land. They are killing Biafran people, burning homes, destroying houses. You see military parading, taking the life of innocent people who have not committed any crime. Soludo could not address it. Soludo could not call the military to order. Soludo knows very well that the major cause of the insecurity in Biafra land today is the Fulani Janjaweed military. The Boko Haram that have been sent in Biafra land, they are the major cause of the insecurity in Biafra land today. Soludo knows that very well. The cause of the insecurity in Biafra land, the reason why you have the unknown gunmen on the ground today is because of the Fulani Caliphate, because they have invited their military. This is why you have even the unknown gunmen. The unknown gunmen were able to operate successfully and safely because Soludo and his fellow politicians created a ground for them by inviting Boko Haram in uniform in Biafra land. Share this video, share the video to your platform. Give a thumbs up to the video, share it to your platform so that other people will hear us because we are in a critical week. Share it, let it go around, let it go viral so that people will see it. We are in a critical week. This week we are entering is not a week to joke with. A week that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming to court. A week that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming to court. We have to take over the space. Let the public opinion be on the side of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We have to take over the public opinion. Let people begin to speak positive on the side of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. As Soludo is planning on his own side, Soludo is planning to change the narrative. Soludo is planning to hijack the narrative that we have created in the last sit at home. The last sit at home that the Anambra people speak with a loud voice that they are standing with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The news carried it everywhere, and the opinion was on the side of Biafra. The public opinion was on the side of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, heading to his court. Something that the lawyers are watching, something that the judges are watching to consider. Today, Soludo have now come to create a scenario, to cause disaster, to begin to destroy that thing that is working. Last sit at home, nobody was forced. Nobody came in, nobody was disturbed, everybody was on their own. In fact, Biafran people have been doing it on their own without being forced. But today, Soludo is coming to force people out, to expose Biafran people to the enemy to be destroyed. And if you think it's okay, let God judge you. If you think it's okay to be sacrificing the blood of Biafran people because of your one Nigeria, Chukwu Okike Abiama will judge you. If you think it's okay to continue to build your political career with the blood of the innocent, Chukwu Okike Abiama will judge you. If you think it's okay to continue to betray your people and sell your people out simply because of what you want to be, because of your selfish interest, because of what you want to gain, Chukwu Okike Abiama will join you and you will never be forgiven. You will not go free. Continue to pretend you will not go free. You will not go free. Tomorrow being Monday, every Biafran, any place you are, save your life. Save your life. If you survive tomorrow, you have a chance of seeing Biafra. If you survive the coming sit at home, if you are in Biafra land and you survive the coming sit at home, you stand a very big chance of surviving, seeing Biafra. But if you cannot be able to control yourself, you might not be able to see Biafra. Tomorrow is critical. Coming Monday is critical. The fate of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to be decided in this very journey. The fate of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to be decided. That is why we must not take it as a joke. We must not play around. We must open up our mouth and begin to talk and speak positive to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We must begin to act on the side of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Let us hijack the public opinion, take it back to where it is, to the advantage of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. As Soludo is trying to disadvantage Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we have to revise it. Let the public opinion begin to speak on the positive side of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And don't give yourself as a willing tool. If you come out on Monday, you might have yourself to blame. You might not live to tell the story. If you try to volunteer to give your life as those who will be used as an evidence against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it's up to you. No matter what you do, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remains innocent and can never be convicted by any law court in the planet Earth. I only pity you because you lost your own life ignorantly. I only pity you because you threw away your life ignorantly. But as it stands, no matter whatever they do, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be freed and he'll be released unconditionally. No matter what you say or what you do, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released. All I'm begging and asking is that you should protect your own life. Protect your own life so that you can witness Biafra. It is human being that will be in Biafra land, not animals, not ghosts. It is my wish and the wish of every Biafra agitator for every one of us to walk into Biafra with our foot, celebrate in Biafra land and raise the flag together with our student Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is my wish, and it is the wish of every Biafran. But you don't just stop in wishing. You have to continue to walk. You don't just wish and sit back. You have to walk. Extend your wish by walking. Doing something to make sure that that thing you wish comes to pass. How do you do? Continue to act. Act in your own little way. Whatever you can do, whatever you can say, anything you can do to make sure that your voice is being heard. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. Biafra must be freed. It doesn't matter how they try to stop us. It doesn't matter their weapon of warfare. It doesn't matter the strategy they come with. We will definitely overcome them. Biafra will come. Biafra will come. Let them keep on playing their games, keep on ranting, keep on playing their drama. Biafra will definitely come. I say Biafra will definitely come. It doesn't matter how they try. It doesn't matter with their weapon of warfare. It doesn't matter their strategy. Biafra will come. But what I'm talking about is you that is watching me, wherever you're watching from. Share the video to all platforms. Share it to family and friends. You that is watching me, let this video get to your neighbor. That's your brother. You can save a life with this video. You can save a life. This video can save your life. You can save another life. You can save somebody's life with this video. Tell them not to play with sit at home on Monday. Let them sit at home on Monday. Sit in your home and pray if you can pray. Fast if you can fast. Anything you can do, sit in your home on Monday and do it. Don't make yourself available to be killed. The advice goes even to our traditional rulers. We don't want anybody's life to be lost. We want everybody to march into Biafra land. We want everybody to march into Biafra land. The evil wind is blowing. The evil wind is blowing, and that evil wind is going to blow heavier on Monday. That evil wind is going to blow heavier on Monday. Save your life. We can only talk. What is left for you to either take it or leave it. You can take the horse to the river, but it is said that you cannot force the horse to drink the water. But I wish that every single Biafran will walk into Biafran alive and celebrate in Biafra land. Freedom is not cheap. And there is no sacrifice you made for your freedom that is too expensive. There's no sacrifice that is too much to be made for the man who has given it all for us. No sacrifice is too much to be made. That is why we are doing everything the best way we can to see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being freed. Don't allow anybody to deceive you. The sit at home continues. The sit at home continues. That is the way. That is one of the ways. One of the ways our voice will be heard. One of the ways Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can be freed. One of the ways we can change the narrative. One of the ways the judge can be able to look at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and invoke that very political solution that some of them are clamoring for. Everything we are doing is to the advantage of everybody, not only for the Biafrans alone. Even the Ududua people, the Middle Belt, every indigenous tribe will benefit from our actions. They are already benefiting. Things are changing. But how I wish that all other tribes will wake up, just like Biafrans have woken up and begin to do things the way we are doing. If they wake up, things will change. I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiama will continue to guide and protect every one of us. I thank everybody who have joined me on this broadcast from beginning to the end. Any place you're joining me from, if you're joining from Biafra land, if you're joining from Europe, from America, from Australia, from New Zealand, from Canada, any place you're joining from, I say, may Chukwu Okike be my guide and protect you and secure you. May Chukwu Okike be my guide and protect every Biafra. Guide and protect every Oduduwa person, every indigenous person that is genuinely fighting for their freedom. I pray that Chukwu Okike will guide and protect them. We will continue until Biafra comes. We will never relent in our effort and will never stop. Chukwu Okike will continue to guide us and protect us. Thank you so much for watching wherever you are watching. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect us, Nnamdi Kanu. Secure him, set him free, and bring him back to us very soon. Thank you so much for watching, and remember this. Bye-bye.